Welcome in to Duval Daily presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Indianapolis Colts coming off a tie in Houston. Visit your Jacksonville Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field for a 1 p.m. Week 2 divisional showdown. The Jaguars are coming off a devastating loss to the Commanders in which they held a lead, an 8-point lead, with less than 10 minutes to go. Right now, we're going to provide keys to victory for the Jaguars, areas of the game the Jaguars can control. I'd like to remind you to hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo, follow Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube if you want to support the channel further. You can become a channel member, or you can go check out some gear on GenJag.com. Right now, links in the description below. Jaguars keys to victory against the Colts in Week 2. You cannot let Jonathan Taylor beat you with explosives. How do you control that? You swarm to the football. You play assignment sound in the run game. You pursue and you wrap up. And again, you have to swarm to the football. It takes more than one against Jonathan Taylor more often than not. You have to be prepared to fly to the football when he has it in his hands. Bottom line, one of the best running backs in the game today, if not the best. He can do it all. He's got power, speed, quickness. You've got to fly to the football. You got to have multiple bodies trying to bring this man down. You can't beat yourself with penalties and inconsistent execution. You've got to tighten it up a little bit. You don't have to be perfect, but you cannot allow yourself to lose a game because you have 13 penalties for 90 yards. It's unacceptable. You got to cut that in half. Got to. You cannot let up in this one. The Colts are down, right? Coming off a tie against Houston, a team that's supposed to be a bottom 5 team in the NFL this year. The Colts are trying to make the playoffs, trying to win the division, trying to compete at the highest level. Coming off a tie against the Texans, they're down, and now they have injury issues to compound what happened last week in Houston. Michael Pittman's questionable. DeForest Buckner's questionable. Kenny Moore's questionable. Shaquille Leonard is out. He wasn't available last week either, but they were kind of hoping they could get him back this week against the Jags. Nope, he's not playing. Their number 2 outside wide receiver, rookie Alec Pierce, he's not playing. They've got a lot of questions. You cannot allow this to creep into your head and allow this to make you think this is some sort of gimme. Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. That does not matter if you're a Jaguars player right now. You have to prepare the same way you prepare to win football games. And you don't do that by letting up, by letting confidence and laziness creep into your preparation. You've got to treat this like you're going against the Colts at full strength and don't have this home field advantage that you've had since 2014. Cannot approach it as if you're going to win this game. You have to have a winning mindset. I'm saying you can't come in here and overlook the Colts just because they're coming off a week 1 tie with the Texans, just because they're injured, just because they haven't won here since 2014. No, you got to take this seriously. And if you do, you might be able to earn a victory against this team, who is the favorite to win the AFC South. Offensive line. They did a really good job run blocking last week. From center to left tackle, they have got to play better together in pass protection. It was really ugly. Center, left guard, left tackle, all giving up pressure last week, not understanding how to play together, not understanding how to pass off some stunts and games up front. You've got to be able to play with chemistry and cohesion on the offensive line when you're trying to protect your franchise quarterback. Your first overall pick from 2021. You're trying to get this guy going. Got to protect him. He was pressured 20 times last week. He was hit 10 times. He was getting beat up back there. Now, Trevor, he's got to get the ball out a little quicker and not miss some gimme touchdowns that he missed last week. He's got to. And that can come with time, chemistry. But he's got to play a little better than he did last week. Finally, I don't care who you're lined up against in the NFL. If Michael Pittman's not out there, if Alec Pierce is not out there, doesn't matter. If you play as soft and with a lack of communication and slow in coverage on the back end, you're going to get toasted. You're going to get beat. And the Jaguars secondary, they got beat last week. They did not look ready to compete for 60 minutes. They had some incredibly high-level plays. Shaq Griffin, he had a great pass breakup on the left side, covering Terry McLaurin. Tyson Campbell, incredible interception. Reading Carson Wentz's eyes and just beelining it for the football. He knew when that ball was coming out. He knew where it was going to be, and he picked it off on the sideline. Great break on the ball. Great recognition. Rayshawn Jenkins, he had a pass breakup in the end zone as well. But you've got to bring it for 60 minutes. You can't have these mental lapses in communication, lapses in effort, lapses in focus. You've got to keep it together. Final key is you. Get your butts in the stadium. The Jaguars are playing their first home game of the 2022 NFL season. They need fan support. You know, that helps teams have a home field advantage. If you're out there and you're loud, it was really difficult for the Jaguars offense to operate from a communication standpoint in Washington last week. The fans brought it. Jaguars fans, I'm asking you to bring it. It will help your football team win games. Get your butts in the stadium, Duval. That is going to do it. Recap real quick. You can't let JT beat you with explosives. You've got to swarm to the football. Can't beat yourself with penalties and inconsistent execution. You cannot overlook the Colts just because they're down right now, just because they have injuries, just because they can't win in Jacksonville, just because they're coming off a tie with the Texans. That doesn't matter. Offensive line, got to be better in pass protection on the left side from center to left tackle. You've got to play better. Got to execute better. Trevor's got to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. And you have got to play with more communication and more effort and more focus in the secondary for 60 minutes. That's going to do it. Follow me on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo, Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to support the channel further, again, you can become a channel member. There's a lot of cool perks with that. And you can also go check out genjag.com, get you a new shirt, a new hat, whatever you like. Links in the description below. Have a great Saturday, Duval.